Good morning, YouTube, Instagram family. This is Lee for Lee Fitness, Spirituality, Tarot, and Astrology. And this is the Mercury retrograde video for June 29th. It is now 6:40 a.m. I hope everyone is doing great this morning. In about 12 hours, we will have the beginning of Mercury retrograde. And that will be at 24 degrees Gemini. And Mercury retrograde will last May 29th through June 21st, okay? So let's talk about Mercury retrograde, okay? Mercury is the ruling planet of Gemini and Virgo, okay? Mercury rules our communication. It rules the way that we think, all right? It's in the sign of Gemini, okay? So let's talk about what Gemini is. Gemini is communication of all kind, okay? It's the lower mind, all right? So when we think about Mercury retrograde, it's a time of reflection, okay? It's a time of reevaluating. It's a time of rethinking and redoing things, all right? It's not a time to do anything new, all right? It's not a time to buy, like, new cars, new electronics, houses, contracts, anything with paperwork. It's not a good time to start during a Mercury retrograde, especially if it's a brand new endeavor, okay? If it's something that you've been doing that is going into a Mercury retrograde, it should be pretty good. So let's talk about some of the things that can occur during a Mercury retrograde, okay? Let's talk about electronics. Electronics can malfunction during a Mercury retrograde. For you people who are still working in offices, you can have problems with the printers. The computers can be slow. The computer system can go down. The printers can go down, okay? Electronics at your house can go out permanently, some of them, okay? Especially garage doors, openers, remote controls, small electronical things like that, okay? But especially your cell phone, okay? Your cell phone may work very slow for the next couple of weeks, especially buffering, or it might not connect to the internet as fast as it normally would, okay? That are some of the things that can happen during the Mercury retrograde. Some other things that can happen during a Mercury retrograde is falling out with friends, okay? Experiencing misunderstandings, okay? Travel and logic and communication delays or disruptions. Emails getting lost. That's very important, guys, because I told you, Gemini rules electronics, okay? So emails getting lost, okay? Flights being delayed, okay? All kind of delays. But the positive of a Mercury retrograde, people who were born during a Mercury retrograde can come up with brilliant ideas, okay, at this time, okay? So pay attention to your thoughts and your dreams, especially because Neptune, which is in Pisces, is squaring, okay, Mercury at this time. And I told you Pisces and Neptune rules all dreams, imagination, all of that, all right? So pay attention to your dreams and your ideas coming in, especially people who were born in a Mercury retrograde, all right? Now, Mercury retrograde, again, like I said, it's about reevaluating. It's about retooling, rethinking, redoing things that you already have in motion. Okay? Mercury retrograde can also bring up past situations, okay? Past people that we have not separated from, okay? And this is why I always talk about closure, all right? And cutting people from the past in the proper way, because Mercury retrograde will always resurface things from the past that are not complete. Things that we tried to skip or forget about or shortcut will resurface around this time, especially people from the past. okay? And you have to make a decision on these people, whether they're good for you or whether they're not, all right? Relationship challenges, okay? Cheating, betrayal, or loss of intimacy could happen at this time, okay? It may feel like everything is going wrong in your life because past issues can come up at this time that you thought were over with. So we must be mindful of what time it is, okay? We do not understand universal energy. You know, we always working on our own energy, and this is what is causing constant dramas in our lives, because we have to understand that there's a time for everything, and we're not just on our time, okay? We must understand that the universe has its own time for us, and we must abide by those times. This is a time of reevaluation of everything, all right? It's a time of reevaluation of everything, right? The key at this time is going to be communication, okay? Because Mercury, the ruler of communication, seemingly is just backtracking everything from your past to see what you haven't cleared, okay? This is the thing with Mercury retrograde, which has people panicking, because people don't want to deal with certain issues that they thought maybe were over with, but those issues will resurface at this time, okay? It's going to be very hard to focus on the relationship and communication, okay? The best way to deal with that is to be honest and straight up, okay? The more deception and the more you try to deceive yourself out of these situations, it's going to get more intense, okay? Because Mercury retrograde is to get you to reevaluate the wrongs and to right those wrongs so that you can be on your spiritual path, okay? Mercury retrograde to me is like a computer defragment, okay? When you're trying to defrag your computer to get it to speed up and have all of the files tight to make sure everything is running properly, Mercury retrograde is like that for the mind, okay? It's the clearing of the mind, okay? It's the retooling of the mind. It's the retooling of your thoughts. And we must understand this thing, okay? Again, Mercury retrograde is 6:34 p.m. tonight, May 29th, in 24 degrees Gemini. So check your charts. Anywhere from 20 to 29 degrees is going to be the hot spot for Mercury retrograde, okay? So, with that being said, guys, I want to talk about relationships really quick. Again, there's going to be a lot of confusion and a lot of arguing and a lot of endings, okay? Because with the full moon in Sagittarius, which is about philosophy, morals, beliefs, ethics, with Gemini, communication, with Pisces, with self-sabotaging behaviors, okay? Addictions, what's hidden, there's going to be a lot of things coming to the surface from the past that we must deal with at this time, okay? Also, I want to talk about depression, anxiety, ADHD. These issues will be even harder at this time, okay, because of those problems. They will activate these types of issues, okay? People do not want to stress, but this is a stressful time, all right? For the people who are not in volatile relationships of any kind or toxic relationships of any kind and are just out here working and grinding and trying to do their thing, creativity is everything. If you're a writer, if you do music, gardening, anything dealing with creativity, the creative mind, this is a perfect time to make that happen, okay? Also, we have Mars squaring the moon and squaring the planet Jupiter. Give me 1 second, sir. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. This guy's gonna pull up with his car on with his radio, see me recording. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I had to let him know he had to move on. He made me lose my train of thought too. Sorry about that, guys. We have to understand about this current time, okay? It's all about communication and clearing the past. That's what Mercury retrograde is about, guys. So with that being said, guys, listen, it is very important that if you're going through any kind of emotional issues, mental issues, okay, you're stuck, you can't get out of situations, and you feel trapped, it's because you're unaware of your birth natal chart and you do not understand that there are certain energies right now that are very strong that are disrupting your peace, okay? Birth natal charts are absolutely free, okay? Multiple charts are a service, okay? If you would like to get your chart read, if you have any of these issues, all right? Especially people with personality disorders, okay? Lesbianism, okay? Homosexuality. This is also another issue that's going to come up if you've been having issues with your identity, all right? Things like of that nature, get your birth natal chart read, all right? The reading is a service, but get your birth natal chart. It's free, and find out what your energy makeup is, because this is people's problem, okay? Not understanding their energy makeup, not understanding what makes them tick every day. So things like Mercury retrograde, okay, will be a disruptor in your life, all right? So I will go over this one more time. The things that we need to look out for with Mercury retrograde. Again, it is not a good time to buy anything new as far as electronics, cars, houses, dealing with paperwork, contracts, anything like that. It's not a good time for that, okay? It's a time to rethink, retool, redo, reorganize anything that is currently going on in your life, okay? Remember, this is the time you can fall out with friends, experience misunderstandings, okay? Because of past situations that have not been solved, okay? Again, people appearing from the past that you may need to cut off, or people that you may need to apologize to, or they may need to apologize with you, okay? So this is Lee for Lee Fitness, Spirituality, Tarot, and Astrology. All the information for the readings or anything that you need is below. One love.